Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're an analyst, an investor, or a corporate exec, you already know the deal. The pace of artificial intelligence development right now is just unrelenting. We are seeing a literal fire hose of updates every single day. So today, we're taking the absolute best insights from the Next Gen AI newsletter and distilling them down. I'm going to give you a rapid 360-degree executive overview of the essential developments that are actively reshaping the landscape right this second. It is incredibly overwhelming to keep up when you're a time-poor professional trying to separate the signal from the noise, right? We know you don't have time to sift through every single Artifix preprint or product hunt launch to figure out how it's going to impact your business. So we are taking a strict, bottom-line upfront approach today. We're going to look exclusively at the breakthroughs that are changing how AI operates, how it's governed, and how it is actually being deployed in the real world to drive value. Okay, let's dive straight into this. Here is our mental framework for today. First up, research and infrastructure breakthroughs. Second, safety, trust, and ethics. Third, the AgenticAI era. And finally, real-world commercial launches.
Kicking things off with Section 1, Research and Infrastructure Breakthroughs.
So before we can even think about scaling commercial apps, we really have to look at the bleeding-edge hardware and the underlying models making them possible in the first place. A fascinating new paper just dropped detailing the push for near speed-of-light latency in GPU collectives. They are literally fighting for a single microsecond. Now, why does this matter to you? Well, GPU communication is usually optimized for bandwidth, but right now we are seeing massive bottlenecks with latency, particularly in decode-heavy large language model inference. When you're serving huge models across multiple GPUs, all these tiny little communications sit directly on the critical path of token generation. What this research shows is that every single microsecond of overhead drags down the performance of these models. This isn't just some abstract hardware problem either. This translates directly into the real business cost of slow token generation and insanely expensive compute.
And as that hardware gets faster, how we actually measure the AI's intelligence is drastically shifting too. A new case-grounded benchmark is highlighting a major gap in the industry right now. Historically, we've tested models on factual recall, math, or super narrow coding tasks. But let's be real, that is not what executives actually need AI to do. What remains really poorly measured is how these frontier models perform on the analytical reasoning and complex synthesis that white-collar professionals do every single day. The research is pushing us to evaluate AI not just as a supercalculator, but as a true knowledge worker capable of synthesizing complex information across multiple business disciplines.
Now, what's really interesting here is the unified push we're seeing on a few different fronts for infrastructure evolution. First, there's AdaST, which is a new adaptive fault injection method. Modern GPU pipelines are super multi-layered, and when faults jump between hardware and software, they often just bypass detection entirely. AdaST tests these layers adaptively so the infrastructure can actually self-heal. Pretty amazing. Second, over in Nature Machine Intelligence, researchers found that neural networks optimized for free recall are organically discovering human-like memory strategies. They're acting almost like an index-based memory palace. And finally, for those of you running models locally, BaseArt just launched, and it's running 6.4 times faster than standard runtimes on Apple's new M5 chip. Basically, it's a massive, industry-wide push for self-correction, advanced memory, and raw optimized speed.
Moving right along to Section 2, Safety, Trust, and Ethics.
So, as infrastructure scales this rapidly and models start mimicking complex human memory and reasoning, this kind of innovation absolutely demands strict, auditable guardrails. Right now, frontier AI companies are publishing their own capability thresholds, and honestly, they differ wildly from one another. This is a massive headache for enterprise risk management. If every company uses entirely disparate metrics, it is nearly impossible for third parties to verify if a safety threshold has actually been crossed. This creates a terrifying potential for a race to the bottom in safety standards. So researchers are now proposing a unified methodology to derive harmonized AI safety thresholds. For executives, this common minimum threshold is absolutely vital. It's what's going to allow for actual third-party verification and standardized enterprise risk mitigation as you adopt these massive models.
Building on that, we really have to look at the entire life cycle of an AI system. According to some new research by Andrea Ferrio, current AI governance is kind of broken. It is either way too high level to support actual day-to-day monitoring, or it's so narrowly metric-driven that it misses the big picture entirely. Ferrio proposes a methodology for what they call auditable trustworthiness levels. This basically allows organizations to make documented, transparent judgments about whether an AI system remains adequately trustworthy over time and whether observed changes in its behavior are actually tolerable. It's all about making AI lifecycle governance truly, genuinely auditable. But some good news, we are finally seeing these theoretical ethical frameworks transition into real-world education. UNESCO and LG AI Research just launched a massive open online course. It's completely globally accessible, and it's designed specifically to help professionals translate the UNESCO recommendation on the ethics of AI into actual practice. This is a highly tangible, practical step toward putting responsible innovation and governance directly into the hands of the people who are building and deploying these systems day in and day out.
All right, Section 3, the Agentic AI era.
We are officially leaving the research and the rules behind and stepping into the real world. AI is rapidly shifting from a passive chatbot into an autonomous agent. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what that looks like at scale. Bristol Myers Squibb is building the life science industry's most advanced AI factory. It's built on the NVIDIA Vera Rubin architecture, and they're using it to scale AI across their entire R&D pipeline to accelerate drug discovery. Amazingly, they are internally calling it the super-duper pod. I love that. But seriously, don't let the fun name fool you. This isn't just some experimental side project. This is a massive multi-million-dollar deployment putting AI at the absolute core of next-generation medicine.
What we are witnessing here is a fundamental evolution of this technology. We are moving away from AI that just talks to you and moving toward AI that independently operates your software. I mean, we are even seeing papers this week on LLM-powered agentic AI designed for the autonomous, goal-driven control of next-generation 5G and 6G networks. It is a total paradigm shift from rule-based automation to true autonomous operation. And this shift, it's creating an incredibly vibrant and nimble startup ecosystem that is launching brand new products as we speak.
Which brings us to our final segment, Section 4, Real-World Commercial Launches.
Let's take a 360-degree look at how agentic AI is penetrating distinct commercial verticals today. Just look at the sheer variety of use cases hitting Product Hunt right now. In the startup space, you've got Nautis, pitching itself as an AI-native operating system for founders to manage fundraising, CRM, and hiring in one unified workspace. Over in marketing, there's Luva Ad Studio, an all-in-one AI platform for generating user content and product commercials. For customer service, SkipperAI just launched real-time agents that see, talk, and literally operate software to onboard users completely on their own while maintaining memory across sessions. And in crypto, Blockscope Chat is deploying AI agents equipped with blockchain tools to investigate hacks or research smart contracts for you. It absolutely proves that autonomous AI is commercially viable across the board today.
Let's actually zoom in on one specific launch to see how this looks in practice. It's a product called Deck. Deck is an always-on AI assistant with its own dedicated email inbox. So the crucial point here is how incredibly hands-off this is. Step 1, you literally just CC it on an email thread. Step 2, it learns your preferences over time and actively takes over the task. Step 3, it runs on a schedule to deliver status updates back to you completely automatically. It is specifically built to tackle ambiguous, multi-step tasks without needing human hand-holding. This is exactly what the future of white-collar productivity is going to look like.
So, we've seen the push for microsecond hardware latency, the demand for auditable safety thresholds, and the absolute explosion of autonomous tools taking over our daily workflows. Which leaves us with this final, frankly, critical question. As AI transitions from a tool we actively use to an agent that acts independently on our behalf, is your organization's infrastructure and governance actually ready? Take the insights from today's explainer, look closely at your own pipelines, and ask yourself if you are truly prepared for the agentic era. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the Next in AI newsletter, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.